Hi and welcome to this video tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to explain about the Ferris wheel mechanism in Creo. For more additional related videos, please do subscribe my channel. Okay, let's get into the video. First, select the front plane and then click on Sketch. And here, I'm going to use the palette command to bring down the polygon of a three-sided triangle. Just click and drag it here and then give a check mark to it. I want my width as 250 and make sure that its one side is 125. And then select the line command and draw a line whose length is going to be 40 mm. And then trim the unwanted entities. And then select the dimension and assign this dimension value as 300. And again select the dimension command and assign this dimension right here as 20. Now select the offset command and here I'm going to select the loop option and select this triangle here and I'm going to enter the offset value as -40. And now I am going to select the line command once again, and before that let me trim these unwanted entities and now select the line command and draw a line whose distance is 100 from the bottom line. And now I am going to select the offset command once again and select the line and offset it to a value of -40. And select the line and join. Now select this line and join again. And again select the line command and join the bottom. And on my final side, select the line and join once again. And now trim the unwanted entities by using the trim tools. And now my sketch gets completed, so just give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to select the extrude command and let me extrude it to a value of 20. Then select the sketch here and then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to create a plane. Select this surface here and enter the translation distance as 90 and then click on OK. Now select the mirror command and set this new plane as a mirror plane, and in the mirror feature I'm going to select this extrude command here and then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to select this new plane and I'm going to draw a sketch on it, and I'm going to select the circle command and draw a circle of diameter 15, and this distance is going to be 12. And then give a check mark to it. And I'm going to select the extrude command and extrude it to the next surface option. And then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to mirror this extrude command here. Select the mirror command and select this new datum plane and then give a check mark to it. Now my first mod feature is completed and I'm going to save this here. Click on File and Save As. I'm going to save it in the desktop by creating a new folder named Giant Wheel. And then click on OK. and I'm going to name my file name as base part and then click on OK. Now let me create my second part feature. Let me close this one and now select the front plane and then click on sketch. Again I'm going to import the palette command, and here this time I'm going to import a 10-sided decagon. Just click and drag it here. And here I'm going to enter the value as 70. Then give a check mark to it. Again I am going to import the another one. Just click and drag it here and move the center point to the origin point. And here I'm going to enter the radius value as 60 and then give a check mark to it. Now my profile gets completed and I'm going to give check mark to the sketcher. And now I'm going to use the extrude command. Click on the extrude and I'm going to extrude it to a value of 50 and then give a check mark to it. I'm going to select this face here and click on sketch. Go to sketch view and I'm going to draw a line to form a triangular shape and then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to select the extrude command and extrude it to the same value of 50 and then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to pattern this one. So just select the extrude here and click on pattern, and here I'm going to select the axis direction pattern and select this Z axis here, and I'm going to enter a value of 5 numbers and with an angle of 360 divided by 5, which gives me an angle of 72 degrees. And now I'm going to select this face again and click on sketch, and here I'm going to draw a circle whose diameter is going to be 16 and then give a check mark to it and then click on the extrude command. This time I'm going to remove the material here and then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to apply the round feature to my model. Select the round and I'm going to make my fillet radius as 5. Just select this intent edge here and I'm going to pause this video. Just select all the edges of the model and then give a check mark to it. Now my fillet is applied to my model. And now I'm going to create a new plane. Select the plane and I'm going to select this surface here and I'm going to offset it to a value of 65 and then click on OK. And now I'm going to apply the mirror feature. Just select the extrude command and hold down the pattern of extrude as well and then select the mirror command and then give a check mark to it. And I'm going to add fillets to the other edges as well. And then give a check mark to it. And again I'm going to select this new plane and then click on sketch. Here I'm going to draw a circle whose diameter is going to be 25 for the one and 16 for the other. And then give a check mark to it. And then click on the extrude command. And here I'm going to enter a value of 170. And then give a check mark to it. And now my model is created and I'm going to save this one here. And before that I have to draw the other steps. Select this face and then click on sketch. And here I'm going to draw a circle of diameter 7 and whose distance is going to be 108. Its value is too big, so I'm going to change the value here. Let me adjust the value. And finally, let me enter value of 80 and 50 from the x-axis. And then give a check mark to it. And then click on the extrude command and select the extrude up to the next surface option. And then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to pattern this one. Select this and click on pattern. And here I'm going to select the axis direction pattern and select this axis here. And I'm going to enter a value of 5. And also I'm going to enter an angle of 360 divided by 5, which gives me an angle of 72 degree. And now my model is completed. And I'm going to save this one. I'm going to save this here in the giant wheel. And I'm going to name this one as holder part. And then click on OK. Let me close this one. And I'm going to create a new file. Click on new and make sure that the MMNS part solid is selected. And I'm going to select the front plane and then click on sketch once again. And here I'm going to draw a center rectangle. Select the center point and draw a rectangle whose length is going to be 80 and whose width is going to be 50. And then give a check mark to it. And now click on the extrude command and extrude it up to a length of 120. And then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to apply the round feature with a fillet radius of 10. Select all the 4 edges and the bottom edges as well. And then give a check mark to it. And next command I'm going to use is the shell feature. Click on the shell command and I'm going to select the top surface here and I want a shell thickness of 3. Now my shell feature is created and I'm going to select this midplane here and then click on sketch and go to sketch view and here I'm going to draw a rectangle whose width is going to be 5. I'm going to delete the equal constraint relation and enter a value of 5. And give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to click on the extrude command. This time I'm going to remove my material on both planes. Just click the drag pointer here and drag it to the level. And I'm going to pattern this one. Here I'm going to select the direction pattern and select this edge here. And I want 4 quantities with a distance of 9. And I'm going to flip the direction here and then give a check mark to it. Next, I'm going to select this plane and then click on sketch and go to sketch view and here I'm going to import a palette feature. I'm going to select the stars and here I'm going to select the 9 step star. Just click and drag it to the center point here. And now I'm going to enter the radius of 20 and then give a check mark to it. And now click on the extrude. This time I'm going to remove the material up to the other side. I'm going to edit my pattern here. Actually, I need 5 quantities. And then give a check mark to it. And now it looks fine. And again, I'm going to select this face here and then click on sketch. And here go to sketch view. And here I'm going to draw a circle whose diameter is going to be 5. I want this distance to be 20 and this distance to be 10. And now I'm going to draw a center line and I'm going to use the mirror command to mirror this circle on the other side and then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to select the extrude command and extrude it to a value of 5 and then give a check mark to it. And again I'm going to select this face and then click on sketch command. Here I'm going to draw a circle whose diameter of 10 and another circle with the equal diameter of 10. Here I'm going to use the line command to join these 3 circles. First of all, select the line command and select this quadrant point and make it is tangent to the other circle. Once again select the quadrant point and then make it tangent to the other circle. And to join these 2 circles I'm going to use the arc. Select the first point, second point and my third point. And now I'm going to trim the unwanted entities. And then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to select the extrude command and I'm going to extrude it to a value of 4 and then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to select the sketch once again and I'm going to edit the dimensions here. I want this dimensions to be 45 and now give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to pattern his command. Select this extrude here and this extrude 5 and then click on the mirror command. First I need to create a plane. Go to plane creation and select this plane here. I want it to be offset to a value of 60. Just flip the direction and enter the value as 60 and then click on OK. And holding down the control key, select this extrude 4 and the extrude 5 and select this plane and then give a check mark to it. And select this plane and click on sketch view. Here I'm going to draw 2 circles whose diameter is going to be 7 and 9 respectively. And I want this distance to be 45. Now my circles are concentric. Now give a check mark to it. Now select the extrude command and I'm going to extrude it to a value of 130 and then give a check mark to it. And now my model is completed, but I need to remove the material here. Select the circle and give a check mark to it. And now select the extrude command, and here I am going to remove the material. Select the midplane option, and here I am going to remove on both sides. And now my model is completed, and here I am going to save this. Select the file and then click on Save As. And in the giant wheel, I'm going to save this file name as seat.prt and then click on OK. And now I'm going to create the assembly file. Click on File, New, and make sure that it is selected as MMNS Assembly Design. And now I'm going to import my models. So I have selected the assemble command and then select the base part. And now I'm going to set this one as the default constraint and then give a check mark to it. Now select the assemble once again. This time I'm going to import the holder part. I'm going to make this as a pin mechanism which is suitable for the rotary motion. Select this axis here and this axis here and make sure that it is coincident. And now I'm going to arrest this translatory motion by selecting this face and this face. Currently it is in coincident constraint, but I'm going to select the distance constraint and with a distance value of 5 and then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to select the assemble constraint once again. This time I'm going to set this as a pin mechanism and again select this axis with this axis, and to arrest this translatory motion once again I'm going to select this face with the faces of the holder. Here I'm going to make coincident constraint itself and then give a check mark to it. So by the same way I'm going to repeat these steps. First I'm going to make the pin mechanism and make sure that axis alignment is correct, and then I'm going to arrest this translatory motion mechanism by selecting the other two faces and making them as a coincident constraint. And now my assembly is completed. Here I'm going to edit the model, and here I'm going to edit the value. Click on sketch view, and I'm going to assign this dimension value as 85 and then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to close this one, and now my assembly model is fine with no errors. And I'm going to apply some colors to it. And now I'm going to simulate it. Select the applications and click on mechanism, and here I'm going to apply the servo motor connection. Click on the servo motor, and here I'm going to select this axis here. And in the profile details I'm going to make this as an angular velocity with a value of 20 degree per second, and then give a check mark to it. And here I'm going to apply the gravity constraint. Select the gravity and click on OK. Make sure that it is -1 on the y-axis. and then click on OK. And now I'm going to select the mechanism analysis, and here I'm going to select the dynamic analysis, and also make sure that if you go to the external loads, you have to give a check mark to the enable gravity option. And then I want my duration as 100 seconds, and then I'm going to select the run option. And now my wheel rotates with the gravity constraint applied to it. So for more interesting videos, please do subscribe my channel